One thing I wanted to ask though is, go leading up to this, we were both very excited about this Mac Studio. Now that we know that this is Mac Studio, and possibly even getting one, but seems like you've had a change of heart on that. What's going on
Oh, the more I think about it, the more I think I don't think I actually need it. I mean, okay, if I was to start from the beginning with nothing, I would buy this because I'm at my desk. I don't need to be portable. I want this power in a desktop form factor, little device, and this would be perfect. I love the 10 gig Ethernet, lots of great Thunderbolt ports, all that stuff is great. And yes, I could go M1 Ultra, but even I'll admit M1 Ultra is probably overkill for the work we're doing. I mean, it'd be faster work, but I don't know. I guess it's yet to be seen from benchmarks and when people actually do the reviews how good the M1 Ultra is actually going to be, because the M1 Max has been fantastic.
Yep.
So assuming I got an M1 Max Studio, I don't know what that would give me that my MacBook Pro doesn't give me now, because we both have those CalDigit docks, which gives you all the ports you'd want, basically. USB-C, USB-A, SD card, all that stuff. So with those two devices together, I kind of have a great desktop solution as it is, and I don't know if especially if I got the M1 Mac Studio, what would I get from that I don't already have right now? It'd be all built into one box, I guess, but I'm not getting anything else. What I really want now is I kind of, my whole reason for this was I'd love a desktop Mac so then I could use my laptop as a laptop. And that was sort of my thinking. But since I already have a powerful laptop, I think my goal is just to keep this docked and then buy like a cheap MacBook Air or like a base MacBook Air whenever those comes out, or those come out rather, just to have something I can take around with me and sort of, have a nice laptop experience, but also save some money because hopefully that's going to be, significantly cheaper than a Mac Studio, because I already have the power I need. I basically have a Mac Studio right here on my desk, and it's a MacBook Pro, just closed in clamshell mode connected to a dock. So I think ultimately my ultimate goal is I want to have a desktop and a laptop, and I think my laptop can become my desktop ultimately, and it'll be my desktop for now. And then once the MacBook Air comes out, I'll just buy like a cheap base level MacBook Air just so I can have a laptop. That's my thinking as of now. What about you, Matt? Did you have a change of heart on Mac Studio?
Not so much. I mean, I did order the base model just to try it out because I'm in the same boat where I wanted to use my laptop as a laptop. But I'm also, the reason I want to use my laptop as a laptop isn't because of like let's see how to say this. Like a MacBook Air wouldn't really fulfill what I'm trying to do with it. Like I need, not maybe need is a strong word, but I want the power of this MacBook Pro that I have now on the go, so I could do work and stuff on the go. If I just wanted to, browse the web and stuff with a, quote unquote laptop experience, well, I've got the iPad Pro for that, and that satisfies that for me. So I don't really need like a MacBook Air level or powered device. So yeah, I want to try having a desktop setup that I can also use a laptop for like going out places and, wanting to work while I'm there. So I'm going to try it out. Whether I'm going to keep this, that is a very different question. I'm just, as of now, I think no, but I'm excited about this computer, and it will be probably one that is in my life coming in the near future. I just don't know if it's going to be this particular moment in time, because I'm kind of in the same boat as you, where it's like it works perfectly fine with what I have now. The MacBook Pro is great. Like I'm not itching for anything new, and I don't really want to spend the money on the Ultra. So it's like, if I'm not doing that, then what's the point?
That's the thing too, is it worth $3,000 or $2,000 base to unplug a couple of cables? Because that's really what it comes down to now. Is exactly. I'm lazy and I don't want to unplug the cables and undock this thing, but that's really what it is, because Mac Studio is great, but if you go on M1 Max and you have a MacBook Pro now, you're gonna get, assuming it's going to be the exact same experience. You're not going to look at the computer, so you're looking at the screen. You're not going to notice a difference. So I am curious to hear what your thoughts are on it. I'm really curious to see what the M1 Ultra can do. I don't know if it's $4,000 is $4,000.
I know.
And the M1 Max is so good that what do I get? Do I get even faster export times, even though I feel like the export times on this thing are faster? I mean, we talked before, the jump from Intel to an M1 Max is insane. It cannot be understated enough how
crazy,
more productive I am because I have this computer that can do a lot more things. But I don't know if that same productivity can, grow at the same rate by going to M1 Max to M1 Ultra. I just don't think so. At least not for the workflow I have right now. I'd love to try it, but I don't think so. I love the Mac Studio, but I think that I'm more of a I'm just gonna sit back and see what happens, and I'm not really in a rush to buy one. Hey, you! Thank you very much for watching this clip from the Apple Circle podcast. If you want to check out the full episode, hit one of those videos right here, and also hit the other surprise video to see a surprise clip from the Apple Circle podcast. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and subscribe to the Apple Circle audio feeds and on all your favorite podcast platforms linked down below. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to the main Apple Circle YouTube channel linked right down below.